The sky was a harsh, unforgiving blue. Two fighter jets, sleek predators of the air, were running low on fuel. Their gauges flickered warnings. Then a speck appeared on the horizon. This was their lifeline, the tanker. The tanker, a KC-135 Stratotanker, flew straight and level. From its rear, a long boom extended, a metallic arm reaching out. The fighters' F-16 Falcons danced around the tanker, waiting their turn. The first fighter pilot eased his aircraft forward. Contact. The boom nozzle locked into the fighter's refueling receptacle. Fuel began to flow, thousands of pounds pouring into the thirsty aircraft. Minutes later, the transfer was complete. The fighter, its tanks full, peeled away. The second fighter moved into position. Now they could continue their mission. Aerial fueling is a critical military capability. It means transferring aviation fuel from one aircraft to another while both are flying. This process allows aircraft to stay airborne for much longer periods. The main reason for aerial fueling is to extend an aircraft's range or endurance. Fighter jets, for example, have limited space for fuel. Without aerial fueling, their combat radius would be much smaller. Tankers act as flying fuel depots, meeting up with other aircraft far from friendly bases. This gives air forces a global reach they would not otherwise possess. The tanker aircraft is typically a large, modified transport or bomber. It is fitted with extra fuel tanks and the equipment needed to deliver the fuel. The receiver aircraft must have a special inlet to take on fuel. During refueling, the two aircraft fly in close formation. Aerial fueling is more than just a convenience. It is a force multiplier. It allows fewer aircraft to achieve greater results. This strategic flexibility is invaluable for military operations. Combat aircraft face a constant compromise between performance and fuel capacity. To be fast and maneuverable, they must be relatively light. Large fuel tanks add weight and bulk, degrading agility. Aerial fueling directly addresses this fundamental constraint. With mid-air refueling, aircraft are no longer tethered to range limitations. This allows air forces to project power across vast distances. Beyond reaching distant targets, aerial fueling increases an aircraft's loiter time. Loiter time refers to how long an aircraft can remain airborne over a specific area. By topping up their fuel tanks, aircraft can stay on task for extended durations. This persistence is often crucial for mission success. Another advantage is the ability to operate with heavier payloads. Aerial fueling changes the equation of fuel versus payload. An aircraft can take off with a maximum payload and a reduced fuel load. Once airborne, it can receive the necessary fuel from a tanker. This maximizes combat effectiveness by allowing more bombs, missiles, or equipment. Section 4. Connecting the dots. Boom and Drogue explained. There are two primary methods for transferring fuel in mid-air, the flying boom system and the probe and drogue system. The probe and drogue system is widely used, particularly by naval air arms. The tanker unspools a long, flexible hose with a basket-like drogue. The receiver aircraft flies a probe into the drogue to connect. The flying boom system is predominantly used by the United States Air Force. It features a rigid telescopic tube called a boom. A trained boom operator guides the boom into a receptacle on the receiver aircraft. This system allows for much higher fuel transfer rates. Each system has its advantages and disadvantages. The probe and drogue system is simpler for the tanker to operate. It allows multiple aircraft to refuel from a single tanker. The flying boom system offers faster fuel transfer. It is less demanding on the receiver pilot once connected. However, the tanker requires a dedicated boom operator. Section 5. The global gas station, who uses it, and amazing feats. Aerial fueling is primarily found in the air arms of major military powers. The United States Air Force and Navy are the largest operators of tanker aircraft. Other significant users include the Royal Air Force, French Air and Space Force, and more. Strategic bombers rely heavily on aerial fueling for long-range missions. Without refueling, many missions would be impossible. During the Cold War, tankers kept bombers airborne and ready for action. Even today, long-duration missions involve multiple aerial refuelings. The concept of aerial fueling is not new. The first successful mid-air refueling took place in 1923. Real-world missions illustrate the importance of aerial fueling. During the Falklands War, RAF Vulcan bombers conducted long bombing missions. Each mission required a complex series of refuelings. Coalition air campaigns in the Middle East rely extensively on tankers. These flying petrol stations are the unsung heroes of modern air operations.